discuss in Tikayo na incommodity no yendi. I think so first of all, measure stories in near Babishimu into games in the Bebaso this particular weekend. Definitely your top 4 competition I was say who say will be better to qualify for the Champions League and I want to qualify. Then your league deciders 2 be on man also very crucial in this particular weekend. I was in that in the but first of all, fancy be perceive didn't commodify Martin Zubimendi story now we in Arsenal situation.
Okay.
Now baby a encommodity ni na gina was here the funny say baby Arsenal gina sisi pa no mugina say to make this particular signing and the impact of such a player in this particular Arsenal setup. More or less, Bana Orban or why na eko. And answer Orban why position and sisi no asemo beba ho. Fancy me jitu me say Mikel Arteta invested not less than 800 million pounds in the last 5 seasons. Now, in the last 5 seasons, Adia Watimi Aje the FA Cup. During the COVID era, Chelsea the Champions League, Liverpool J the Premier League, Arsenal J the FA Cup. And they more the FA Cup no do na ni honum bim. Because na Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Alexander Lacazette mo omuna ne wa Arsenal ho but say no omu nyina no there's no single one of them in this particular setup our key player. It is for 5 seasons na to so ne besi next season mu no say Arteta ntimi anye hwea meaning say project na why any scan na was spending ni nyina no it starts raising questions about the dwumadi a waba bedi. But fancy na no pama me no ni nkomo bi about something. There are 7 stages of rebuilding a club. 7 stages. The other can your friend the crumbling of an empire. Meaning say team no adwudwa agiagu nyoma tetia pansam kra. There was a certain dynasty be an so for example within Arsenal. Ubetimi aka say Arsene be build a certain dynasty be Arsenal. But the dream maybe ni nyina ye dey. Agigu it egu from ebubu se pimpram. Then off with the crumbling of an empire now then you come to the false dawns. The false dawns na kwa quiet said they said the ade fufuro bi ba ade no ede nkunimdie na ba is light fufuro bi apie but me one light na apie ni light papa betimi abo ase betimi dia jinkuru abi it free time you call no Arsene Wenger call na dynasty ni bubu there was Unai Emery.
Yes,
there were various coaches that came around which you felt senka bibia ben and I say bia light na apie no kire say bibi fufuro be ba Arsenal but entimi ankwa nkosiaga. Then there was the near misses. That is the next step. The near misses no will have to do and I will not Emery now no muji to me is a false dawns na ba no because obeying a trophy who in terms of an European Cup in the Europa Cup and a Chelsea share energy. Then you come to the meltdown stage. The meltdown stage na no na will not Emery edru maybe no bi abo fu Arsenal enye ye bi Arsenal den kasa bebrebe. There was a proper meltdown with the supporters. Any kasa won chain and omudi jane kwan. But it did not stop the stages of rebuilding at Arsenal because you need to go through all of these phases. Then you come to the obsession stage. The obsession stage comes into the fact say now no Mikel Arteta ba no abaji the FA Cup. Say no you are so much obsessed to winning many trophies because the command watch it. It is supporters in you obsessed with winning, supporters in you obsessed with playing good football, supporters in you obsessed with getting quality players.
Yeah, because good football under Wenger,
so when you get to the obsessive stage now, baby, it will be steady. Mikel Arteta first best 6 months to 1 year now, omobo pragmatic football pa. No more boys who you know Aubameyang and Lacazette Makofa, no more prebon there until say they started growing in possession and all of these things. Mama said then we are getting back. So supporters were so much obsessed with playing quality football, getting results, and winning trophies. It is our stage, you know. Trahonum say Ababedru the Odyssey stage. The Odyssey stage, you know, I heard the Odyssey movie biano. Omokwaku the Trojan horse war no. Ekoba no. Odyssey no netina nsuo no so oboamo mukodi nkunim no. Okodi di nsuo na tem na the god of the sea. Eka so obetwe so. Iti see no anam so nim say direction we no okọ, but okọ ana see na sa de na banachi. It was spending so many years on the sea without getting home. Until so do one time be okopa nsuo no cho ana nsuo no jitu sa fi de memoir dey akofie. So Arsenal is on this stage because they believe say baby omugina say no fancy. Omo kwa 45 years the trophy bi anya dey. Emai. Omo kwa no matwomo. Sa ano mudijina fako. But the last stage of it near the right manager effect, which they have not gotten there yet. But if they are going to get there, the right manager effect doesn't mean say Mikel Arteta near the right manager. So we need to assess the real effect of Mikel Arteta being the right manager of Arsenal by winning trophies at the end of the day. So now I'm not do this stage in this because they have failed to win trophies for a number of years because for example, in the league, it will tell Mikel Arteta at the press conference now or say the number of points on accumulated in the last few seasons in the KG League money day. Komaji 2, but this time around, no 67 points no money and ever form. The next 3 games now in the league, so multimission no money 9 points. Fancy Yakasaba 76 points, which is below whatever Arsenal are in the Premier League. It is promise also multimedia, but the right manager effect will come with the final touches. I'll bet media account team, especially signings and modifying your tactics and systems. Or introducing new things to get you what you want to achieve. And Arsenal next season also mutimira. Because what to quite they've experienced the meltdowns, they've experienced the obsession, they've experienced near misses. Or more experience a crumbling empire. Now they'll need the right manager effect and signings never shall see if Martin Zubimendi. And the question will be able to say Arsenal priorities as a sana. May fancy. Signing Martin Zubimendi is never a problem because o checking the quality and in the football now or bona fancy untimi nka say oye player bi na sa oba no be shemu wa Arsenal or be having huge problems in terms of complementing players be to say Declan Rice mo just to get results for Arsenal. But baby a question in a free bano the priorities of Arsenal say more 60 million euros da ho some of the bet trigger obi release clause ana mu ntimi nya bi fan koto striker na January when you be unfan koto striker because the season no can call a chose said the quarter because 60 million euros also on the bet trigger there then January now was anka to be my
and sir January nanka money Oli Watkins even the last day
the time on medical Oli Watkins
so Arteta the nane bofu pa
fancy the time on medical Oli Watkins
yeah.
So set your priorities right. Only assembly baby a one no. But now Jorginho Echo Flamingo they will need a replacement. So meaning it says Zubimendi ba start to Arsenal na. Fancy. I strongly believe say there are certain games Zubimendi will start, there are certain games he will not start. So more or less, say Jorginho role no not a squad rotational player. Meaning says Zubimendi ba no. Already no ba be replace will be a squad rotational. What I saw be a crucial player in the starting 11 and obey squad rotation and ejina ne money boy than do Arsenal. But Nippon no be replacing the no a squad rotational player in the shape of Jorginho. But Zubimendi no matter anything in the performances.
Zubimendi is more of a 6.
Zubimendi is more of a 6, but Arsenal 6 ni say na Thomas Partey nebo. Oko.
Partey nso nya extended.
Partey nya extended. Meba ho onkoye. But Arsenal who so mo Champions League game first leg against Paris Saint-Germain. Avance na Thomas Partey missing. It is squad depth way. So person Champions League now person league now. There were games and Arsenal did the same 11. About Champions League now almost at the same 11. Akobo the Premier League. It is come squad depth am sure say and come many players be a commit me league ni bi so aye about the Champions League. But na squad depth me I don't believe in quantity, I believe in quality. Okay. And Zubimendi is one of them. But the only issue I have here is more 60 million euros da ho. I don't never my supporters no so about so maka say and 60 is a moko striker bi one year bomb 65 70 mama me kan chese muniska. Because obi anim said ye here is say pa no ye here ni mu ho two. Arsenal here a proper center forward. Arsenal here a clinical left winger. I will bet me abo as a left forward. Because Bukayo Saka ma goals meboa. Who here center forward obema goals. And Xabi Alonso ye di no ho nkomo bebre. Na say Adeba a lot of fans are failing to understand and realize this. Carlo Ancelotti needs to be celebrated before he moves out of Real Madrid. Well, providing a certain level of foundation in terms of winning mentality with Real Madrid team anymore. Any kind of overlooking. And Ebema Jumana Xabi Alonso babe and ebe the fokakra from that part. because already this is a winning team. And the expectations are already there. They know so season they be and Real Madrid can't afford to go trophyless. They will definitely need to win a trophy at the end of the season. It's Carlo Ancelotti, I don't know best set it to fancy. Over 2015, 2016, 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018. Where Real Madrid at the Champions League means at Wasuna, almost a period be within one season can you say yaba. And then I'm for Julian Lopetegui. And Sana Julian Lopetegui Quanchama Santiago Solari Abesum Kakra. And Sana Zinedine Zidane di omo every season, no. But the following season, Zinedine Zidane started season, no. The only thing Real Madrid won was the UEFA Champions League. Despite the fact that there were other previous trophies be anomo he musa ko musa betimi aka. But when to me anya day, or when to me anya the Champions League. Champions League round of 16 kwampo na mo film until Carlo Ancelotti arrived again. But Carlo Ancelotti banner was back to Real Madrid. Now he is the most successful Real Madrid coach due to the number of trophies away day. Waje any the number of points are what he accumulated. Now he has won the La Liga. We're making sure so budget the Copa del Rey. Was also what the UEFA Champions League need two. As also the Real Madrid. So we would understand the position now. Generally players now what he abo mono. Etimi building a bit more confidence. Etimi maybe more bedroom pembeso mababedri. Now he is leaving this particular team to Xabi Alonso. Abra team no a lot of world beaters. World beaters near wine on Oba and Vinicius Junior no say goes there. But look at Adia Vinicius Junior Kakra. Then you look at Tchouaméni, centre back to a central defensive midfield. How our city moving on anyhow what team are building on. Then you look at Vava Di Frederico. Zubimendi wa Brante no. So team now what Jan or as a team leader, maybe you might have questions about the tactics in the system. But I think improving individual players, you can never tell me say Carlo Ancelotti be PM Real Madrid no onye bi papa bia and was some manage squad near to a certain extent squad nan can talk about him to but now in the dressing room he leaves a team there is no issues and they will try to make sure so they will win under Xabi Alonso. But Xabi Alonso issues are for raising and say oh baba 3-4-3 players burn on the bebo. But fancy who check it this season is a Shadrack betimi aboya in terms of the various formations as Xabi Alonso abono then you be hunu kwa obefa so the Real Madrid team we befa so there were games are about 4-3-3 there were games are about 4-2-3-1 so on your screen oh check here in 27 games omobo with a 3-4-3 in 8 games omobo with a 3-5-2 in 5 games omobo with a 4-2-3-1 in 3 games omobo with a 4-4-2 in 3 games, Omo with 4-5-1. In 2 games, Omo with a 4-4-1-1. So meaning say, Xabi Alonso, despite saying the preferred formation, the 3-4-3 no. Fancy, or you're subject to change this formation at any moment in time when he sees the opposition on any kwakobo. That means on your static with one formation. It means there are several arguments in the Bimu raises say, oh, and I'm a room crab or 3 back. There be Xabi Alonso the any different because was son and son of various games this season according to the opponent Omunio Mubeshia. Despite say the 3-4-3 near dominant in terms of the formation in the system we use, he's always subject to change when the need arises.
Yes, a bit depending opponent.
A bit depending the opponent. There are special games so Betty Son and Son don't with a 3 back. But at Real Madrid, if they decide to go with a 3-4-3 with a number of games, especially looking at the La Liga number of games, no about share the UEFA Champions League games, they know about the Copa del Rey games, no, that's what with a 3-4-3 now. Fancy, you would understand, said the 3 back in the wine. It is very likely, say, Raul Asensio will be free the right wing, the right centre back. Ober realizes, say, fancy. More or less, Antonio Rudiger be from the left centre back. In the middle, no, a honey asem no, say Obeyusu either Tchouaméni, either Militao, or even David Alaba. I think that is why Real Madrid wants to go into the transfer market to buy a centre back. For the right wing back, they are sorted because they have Alexander Trent-Arnold. So no crumple the one man, then is Dani Carvajal, then there's Lucas Vazquez. Also, Lucas Vazquez will attack you a solid power.
Yes.
It will make me soon the right wing back. But maybe Real Madrid our problem pie the left wing back.
They say baby you there.
Frank Garcia ne Felamendi Mudie.
Vazquez there beko.
Se Vazquez se kwa that means some right wing back in the Carvajal
and Trent.
And Trent.
Yeah.
Then the left wing back in the Felamendi sha se mbo no for the left center back position because defend your yard here. Ah mbo no. Said Alonso pair the wing backs no Felamendi to be more.
To Frank Garcia mom.
Frank Garcia na no ko be second choice and Real Madrid will go into the market for a left wing back. Into no money abre
Lucas
Manchester United Theo Hernandez in Lucas Nuya Theo Hernandez. Ana Manchester Alvarez Alvaro the Benfica. Omani abre so some person ko fa na de ne ba. It fancy you look at Real Madrid setup na then the double number 10 because who ko pie mu Bayer Leverkusen na Adli ene ne Tantela na ye dey ebo. Senator Tantela ni ho no my Florian Vett prano pra no kwa man Tantela ni be ye dey ebe shem. So you look at the double number 10 na omo nye wingers ankasa.
See na say
omo ye playmakers ankasa.
I want to say be a Jude any other goulash.
Double
number 10.
And answer Kadebi also on the double pivot no. Ope baako obesity control dictate the tempo of the game. And ope baako box to box B2B. Okay. So box to box no Jude Bellingham fits it perfectly well because Otake or Kawasashe goes in BBR. Now who plays the number 6? That is where Tchouaméni and Vavadi be pray. It's Real Madrid no more eager some room for Jonathan Tah, but Jonathan Tah come on ba me ke dru akire. With Jonathan Tah and Komodie no. Ba bibia nyanye dey. Now ya confirm Xabi Alonso and Xabi Alonso be for Real Madrid. Maybe discussions can even change. Because the center back row na kasa na obehye mfimfini no. CCB row no. Obehye obi ti say Jonathan Tah. But say Jonathan Tah no when na very likely say in game say mo ade no betimi de Tchouaméni akoshe ho. Then Vavadi ne Jude Bellingham be dey. But the Luka Modric ne Camavinga so betimi free bench aye dey. Aba. But the double number 10 no ho and I'm not sure how I'll bet me I'll build a setting game around Rodrigo, Vinicius, Mbappe, Brahim Diaz. Adagulas and Brahim Diaz there. Omono what yati assess omo backup. Anna Hendrick so your backup. So the ma Kylian Mbappe. But Rodrigo and Vinicius no. Also Rodrigo no number 10 ko ni problem because mo was about tempe. But Vinicius a touchline winger. How obetime transforming Vinicius in that particular role? Say Obama na ba be playmaker, so obetime create now for the attacker no. Me sure how obetime and bibia so ne because o rekon fa so here by Leverkusen na. Fancy or build it to two team no more so 17th in the Bundesliga. Fancy no more winning only one game out of 8 matches. No more relegation. Should the way our Danny team ni shebre. The signing somewhere in the first season, the signing so yeah no or signing players 83 million euros. That is the 2023-2024 transfer window no. Because 22-23 no master season that. And obefa team they were January transfers though. But you look at the 23-24, the number of signings of Mudiomba now, they tell an okofan but not right midfielder. But ultimately dane no the neighbor right attacking midfielder. Share the quality of the more in the absence of Florian Vett, Okofa Victor Boniface, share Granit Xhaka, share Jonas Hoffman, share Arthur, Matej Kova as a goalkeeper from Manchester United, ball playing. Then Obabe Okofa Bojan Iglesias, but Bojan Iglesias almost higher day. I didn't call because ne on the see a kind of man set Vigo. And when you want man and share Barcelona, then there's Joseph Stanisic. So you look at the quality of Sansa Omodio Mobile, and yes, Kakesi, but these are talent, fancy. Or then it's a somu a blended with a more experienced squad no a dinner resource. She players or Tony or by na Musa Diaby na top player. Or the Nekojiska was Aston Villa, Michelle Baker, or the Nekoe, Karim Demabi, or the Nekoe, Nadia Mamiri, or the Nekoe, Paulino, or the Nekoe. Just most of these players had to leave. But look at the team of Belde. So fancy, I strongly believe say there is no time at Real Madrid to see you rebuild. But I think say everything Xabi Alonso touches is good. And this is a testing period for him.
I'm to say free period so season the end yeah rebuilding
Madrid will never do